How is everyone doing today? Welcome to the Alternate Point of View. My name is Tracy Lee, and I will be your hostess. And today, you guys, we are going to talk about something that is hitting super close to home. Yesterday, here in Austin, we had a shooting. Oh my gosh, a pew pew incident that actually happened here, right here in North Austin, at a Target, you guys, at a Target shopping center, right on the first day of school starting, y'all, and at the very tail end of everyone trying to get their last minute school shopping in. It's just wild. And I believe after hearing some of the details coming out, bits and pieces, that this was probably an isolated incident. This wasn't like a mass kind of situation that happened. But yesterday I come home from work, right? Open up YouTube. I'm looking to see what's going on, looking up to catch up on trials, and bam, my YouTube feed is hit with this happening here in Austin. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised, because there has been one like every day in our country. It's just wild. But here. And then I'm getting texts from friends outside of the state that are like, are you okay? And thankfully, I don't live where that happened. But what the heck? I can't imagine. Can't imagine. So here, this guy goes to Target and takes the lives of 3 people. One is a child, y'all, a child. So after hearing what occurs, I think this must be a situation where this is an angry person, and obviously an angry person who is after his baby mama situation, because this happens in the parking lot. It didn't happen inside the Target. So it wasn't one of those pew pew situations where he was just out to get anybody and everybody. But that being said, he did carjack a vehicle, and the person's vehicle he carjacked, that was one of the people that unfortunately passed away. So he did not care. He had no cares in the world. And he also, after carjacking that person and taking their vehicle, he wrecked said vehicle. And there are some crazy, wild pictures, y'all. But let's hear the news reporting, because odd thing is that we didn't know who this person was. Austin had no information, but what they did have information about was his mental health. Weird. So let's listen to the news story.
Deadly shooting at a Target store during the height of back-to-school shopping season. The suspect in custody. Police have revealed that this case has something in common with a string of recent violent incidents. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, police are investigating a shooting outside this Target in North Austin, Texas, that left 3 people dead, including a child.
When officers arrived, they were met with 3 people that were shot inside the parking lot of Target.
I heard 2 gunshots. I ran towards the front to see what was going on, and then I saw everyone scattering towards the back, towards the exit. I was just in a panic mode, just running for my life.
The suspect, identified as a 32-year-old man with mental health issues, stole a car from the Target parking lot and fled the scene. The owner of that car among those killed.
The suspect is armed and has shot multiple people.
The suspect later crashing the stolen vehicle in an office parking lot before stealing another car from a Volkswagen dealership. Police reportedly losing track of the suspect until a bystander on the other side of the city called police for help.
I believe it was a call for service. I believe the subject got out of the car. Another person called, but officers responded quickly, and an apprehension was made.
This is the latest case of a suspect in a high-profile case reportedly coping with mental health issues. Bradford Gilley was arrested last month after police say he stabbed 11 people at a Walmart in Michigan. His family revealing he'd been struggling with mental illness since age 15. And 2 days later in New York, Shane Tamura killed 4 people inside an office building that houses NFL headquarters. Sources say he'd been treated for depression and had twice been held involuntarily for mental health reasons. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
So what is wild here is that we know about the guy, the 32-year-old guy in Austin has mental health issues, but we didn't know who he was. We had no idea who this guy was. We don't know anything. So all the way up until just a few moments ago, we know who this guy is. We just knew that he was a 32-year-old white male. We had no idea who he was, what this reasoning was, anything. So now we know who he is, and it is this guy right here. And he is Ethan Blaine Nineker. And yeah, he is from Williamson County, which is up in North Austin. Williamson County is the Round Rock area. Apparently, he has several charges. Now he's facing capital murder by terror threat, capital murder of a person under age 10, and first-degree murder. Now, what's weird is when they said that when they first identified him, they said he had mental health issues. That was the very first thing they said about him. They didn't say anything else, just that he was a 32-year-old white male with mental health issues. Duh. I'm pretty sure anybody who does this kind of stuff has mental health issues, but they didn't say anything about his criminal background, but he has a criminal background. So he has a background of his previous charges include several assault charges causing bodily injury in family violence cases, criminal mischief, driving while intoxicated, and violating a protective order. So that kind of tells me possibly that this was possibly a domestic issue, maybe even a custodial issue. Maybe they were, the Target parking lot is a public area where people do a lot of handoffs with the kids. Maybe that was possibly something that was happening. I don't know. I'm just theorizing. So that might have been something that was going on. But today we're going to have a press conference at 2:00, and they're going to provide some additional information. But this seems like it was an isolated incident, other than he clearly at that point had nothing left to lose, which is when he carjacked someone, took their vehicle, and took their life as well. So as you can see with the pictures, this accident, I'm trying to figure out how in the world this accident happened, because this is the guy. And he obviously he didn't care after he did what he did. This is the Target parking lot. That took them a long, long time to release anybody's vehicles. By the way, they were not releasing people's vehicles. I know where this Target is. I used to live in North Austin. North Austin is not a good area, by the way, you guys. So it's not where you want to be. But look at this vehicle. How in the heck? And he hit all of those cars, by the way. All of those cars are damaged. I mean, what the? This is wild. Look at that. I don't understand. And I don't see any airbag deployment at all. Unless I'm missing something here. But that's wild. Okay. So this is our guy. Yeah. So the thing is the very first thing they said about him was he had mental health issues. Nothing about a criminal record, none of that, just mental health. That's the thing they said about the Tamura guy in New York. That's the thing they said about the guy in Michigan. That's the thing they say about every single one of these people is mental health. I'm pretty sure we can think for ourselves and realize that everything is based on mental health, because everyone who does something this ridiculous probably has a mental health issue. But what is the answer? What is the answer? I'm not really sure, but they also have criminal backgrounds. And I think one is linked to the other. But at the end of the day, we knew nothing about this guy. No one knew if the public should be concerned. No one knew if there was anyone else linked to him. No one knew nothing. Austin PD told us nothing. They just said it was a white male, 32 years old, mental health issues. Bam, done. So we just now know who he is. So he's been identified. He was caught pretty quickly. So I will say Austin PD did a good job with that. However, he did go on to wreak havoc for a good 20, 30 minutes after the fact. Unfortunately, people are no longer here, and one of them is a child. I think it's really horrible that this happened. And I will just say, you guys, watch your six, look over your shoulder. Things are happening in this country, in the world in general, that are really, really awful and sad. And we need to pay attention. Pay attention. Look at where you're going, because y'all, you could be shopping at Target and you don't know what's going on. It's just wild. It's just wild out there. So I hate to say it, but man, this felt really close because it's right here. So I'm just saying, be careful, pay attention. Nobody's going to look out for you but you. And be careful who you hang around with. And I mean, obviously, just watch your kids, be safe. And let me know what you think about the mental health thing. I think they're bringing up mental health because they're pointing towards a lot of people with the red flag laws and things like that. They're trying to say, basically, obviously, if you have mental health issues, you shouldn't own a weapon. But who is to say who has mental health issues? Who is to say whose mental health is worse than another person's mental health? And I just am curious, like, I'd really like to open up that door for debate. And whose point of view? What's your point of view on it? Yeah. And what about HIPAA? And I don't know. I mean, we have these conversations. So whose point of view says that your mental health deserves over another person's? I'm just saying, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, maybe we should be asking more questions. So yeah, let's see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thankfully, the Austin PD did their job and they caught this guy pretty quickly. And we know who he is now. And let's pray for the families, you guys. And a child lost their life. An innocent bystander lost their life. And thankfully, no more people were hurt in this situation. And yes, it's getting closer and closer, you guys. So make sure you look out for yourselves. See you in the next video.